Shaka Senghor, How to Be Free, a proven guide to escaping life's hidden prisons. We spend a lot of time trying to get free. Free from bad habits, dead-end jobs, unfulfilling relationships, and sometimes even our own expectations. But often when we think we're chasing freedom, what we're really doing is running in circles, trying to catch a feeling that was never external to begin with. We tell ourselves we'll finally relax once we've ticked every box. We'll feel confident once we've achieved more. We'll slow down once the pressure lifts. But what if freedom isn't something you earn after the fact? What if it's something you claim right here, right now? That's where this journey begins, with a radical reframe. Freedom isn't the absence of struggle, it's the presence of choice. It's deciding to lead in your work and your relationships with love rather than resentment or control. It's choosing joy on the hardest days, not just the good ones. It's facing fear, not with the promise of elimination, but with the courage to move forward anyway. And it's showing up again and again, not because it's easy, but because you believe in your ability to grow through it. This Blink is a guide for anyone ready to stop waiting for the right moment and start living from a deeper place of truth, purpose, and personal power. It's not about being perfect. It's about being free and finally giving yourself permission to live like it. Love leads the way. Boundaries keep it strong. Love isn't just for your personal life. It's a powerful leadership tool. It has the potential to transform how you lead at work, connect in relationships, and take care of yourself. But to work, it needs to be real. It has to be grounded in self-awareness, fueled by intention, and protected by clear boundaries. Start with this truth. Love at work is different from love at home. You can be deeply committed to your job, your mission, and your team, and still know when to walk away. The emotional energy you bring to your work can't come at the expense of your personal well-being or growth. Passion is powerful, but when it crosses the line into over-identification, it becomes a trap. It's why employees feel betrayed when a colleague leaves, or fans get angry when an athlete switches teams. But switching paths doesn't mean you didn't care. Sometimes the most loving choice is letting go, not clinging. The same principle applies to leadership. See, love doesn't mean avoiding hard decisions. It means making them with compassion. It's about building cultures of trust where people can be themselves, speak up, and feel seen. That starts with you. If you want a culture of care, show up with care. If you want respect, lead with it. The energy you bring into your relationships, professional and personal, sets the tone for what comes back. Love is a mirror. What you project is often what you receive. But love without boundaries burns out. Whether you're managing a team or raising a family, you can't be everything to everyone. Creating limits isn't selfish, it's essential. It's what keeps you grounded. It protects your energy, your integrity, and your ability to give generously without draining yourself. And that starts from within. Self-love isn't just a nice idea. It's the foundation for every healthy relationship in your life. If you don't love yourself, it's hard to love anyone else in a consistent, sustainable way. You can start small. A 5-minute evening reflection on how you showed up in your relationships, or a weekly self-care ritual. These practices build self-trust. Over time, that turns into emotional resilience. If you're in a partnership, build a shared vision. Sit down and talk about your goals. Revisit them. Celebrate milestones together, even the tiny ones. It strengthens your bond and reminds you that love is a collaboration, not just a feeling. Real love, whether at home or work, doesn't mean being perfect. It means being present. It means creating space for yourself, for others, and for something bigger than just getting through the day. Joy is a choice, Purpose makes it last. Joy isn't something that just happens. It's something you build. It's not only in bursts of laughter or big celebrations. It's in the small, intentional choices you make every day. Choosing joy is about showing up fully, being present, and learning how to create light even when life feels heavy. Joy is not the same as fun. Fun is fleeting. Joy sticks. It shows up when you do something that aligns with your values and gives you a sense of purpose. Think of it like moving from the thrill of a party to the satisfaction of building a life that feels right. That shift from fun to fulfillment starts by asking real questions. Does your work light you up? Do your daily routines reflect what matters to you? Are you doing what you're good at, what you love, and what the world needs? If something feels off, don't panic. Just get curious. A useful tool here is the Japanese concept of ikigai. It's a simple but powerful framework. Find the sweet spot where your passion, skills, mission, and profession meet. That's your purpose, and often it's also your joy. But joy doesn't come only from the big stuff. Some days, healing looks like music turned up loud, a book you can't put down, or a walk outside. Other times, it's about fighting off old trauma or tough memories by staying present and reminding yourself that you're allowed to feel good. In fact, you deserve to. Remember the last time you felt joy in your bones? Who were you with? What were you doing? Use those moments as a blueprint. Build more of them into your life on purpose. Set a joy budget. Carve out some time, energy, or even a bit of money to invest in things that lift you up. Reconnect with the kid in you. What made you lose track of time back then? Try doing more of that. Maybe it's coloring, climbing trees, or riding a bike. It might feel silly at first, but that's the point. Joy loves playfulness. It also loves company. So don't hunt joy alone. Find people who also value lightness and meaning. It could be a dance class, a hiking group, or just a couple of friends who agree to try something new each month. Shared joy is contagious. Joy isn't a reward for working hard or getting everything right. It's part of the work. It's what keeps you going when things get tough. When you live with intention and open yourself up to what truly makes you feel alive, joy finds you every single time. Fear shrinks your world. Courage gives it back. Fear has a sneaky way of taking over. It shows up as hesitation, avoidance, anxiety, and even perfectionism. But the biggest damage it does is internal. It shapes the way you see yourself. And that's why facing fear isn't just about courage. It's about reclaiming your power. Most fears are rooted in stories we tell ourselves. Stories about not being good enough, not smart enough, not lovable enough. That inner voice, the one loaded with shame, self-doubt, and judgment, is often the loudest. It convinces you to stay small. But fear loosens its grip when you name it, examine it, and shift how you respond to it. Start by getting honest. What are you afraid of? Public speaking? Failure? Disappointment? Maybe it's something quieter, like the fear of not living up to your potential. Write it down. Naming it is the first step toward shrinking it. Then, change the story. If you fear public speaking because you worry you'll mess up, reframe that narrative. Everyone messes up. The people who grow are the ones who keep showing up anyway. That's what makes them memorable. Even the most confident voices started out shaky. Another powerful shift is using fear as fuel. When you feel those nerves kick in, don't try to bury them. Redirect that energy. Let it sharpen your focus and push you forward. Instead of resisting fear, move with it. One of the biggest breakthroughs comes when you stop tying your self-worth to outcomes. Your value isn't tied to titles, income, or applause. It's about alignment, doing what matters to you, staying true to your values, and showing up with intention. Now ask yourself, if your biggest goals never came true in the way that you imagined them, would your life still matter to you? Would you still feel proud of who you are? If not, it's time to redefine success. Create your own version, one that's rooted in inner fulfillment rather than external approval. Freedom from fear doesn't mean fear disappears. It means fear no longer gets the final say. You learn to live alongside it without letting it run your life. Try this. Next time fear shows up, don't push it away. Thank it for trying to protect you, and then choose action anyway. Your courage builds in small moments. Each time you make a call you've been dreading, speak up in a tough conversation, or chase something that scares you, you expand what's possible. That's how you grow. That's how you win. Greatness takes belief, persistence, and doing the work every day. Becoming unstoppable isn't about being fearless or flawless. It's about being consistent. It's about doing the work even when it's hard, even when you're tired, even when no one's clapping. What separates people who rise from those who stay stuck is a simple truth. They keep showing up. Now, let's take Muhammad Ali. He didn't become the greatest because he never lost. He became the greatest because he got back up. He stayed patient. He waited for the moment, and then he struck. Or think of Steph Curry. He's missed more shots than most players have ever taken, but he keeps shooting. That's what makes him legendary. Not the perfection, but the persistence. And it's not just athletes. Everyone faces internal battles. Self-doubt, guilt, shame, fear. These are the invisible prisons that so many people live in, even if they look successful on the outside. Sometimes the most confining walls aren't physical. They're the mental stories that tell you who you're not, what you can't do, or why you don't deserve more. But here's the thing. Those walls are breakable. You don't need permission to knock them down. What you do need is belief. Not blind confidence, but daily self-affirmation. Start simple. Try standing in front of a mirror and saying out loud one thing you admire about yourself. It might feel awkward, but that's the point. You're rewriting the script. We're quick to cheer on others, to see greatness in athletes, artists, and leaders, but we rarely do it for ourselves. That's a problem. Because if you don't believe in your own potential, it's hard to convince the world to believe in you. Being unstoppable is a decision you make daily. It's choosing to move forward, even when conditions aren't ideal. Like Diana Ross singing in the pouring rain, you show up anyway, with grace, with grit, and with your head held high. Want to build that spirit? Start by choosing one area of your life that needs more discipline. Maybe it's writing, maybe it's fitness, maybe it's finally launching that idea you've been sitting on. Set a small goal, make it measurable, then commit to it daily. Not perfectly, just consistently. Unstoppable isn't a superpower, it's a habit. It's forged in setbacks and strengthened with every bounce back. And the good news? You already have everything you need to begin. Freedom lives in the present, and you get to choose it. Freedom isn't something that happens after you check all the boxes, pay all your dues, or reach a milestone. It's not something handed down by someone else or earned through achievement. Real freedom is internal. And more often than not, the only thing standing between you and it is your own mindset. Here's the truth. Freedom begins the moment you stop waiting for permission. You don't need the perfect job, the right partner, a clean past, or even the approval of others to feel free. All you need is the willingness to be fully present right now and to let go of the thoughts and stories that keep you stuck. We often think of freedom in big external terms, release from a tough relationship, a bad job, or even actual prison. But the deeper kind of freedom starts inside. It's what happens when you stop replaying the past and worrying about the future. It's found in the quiet, simple choice to focus on now. This breath, this moment, this life you're living today. Want a taste of it? Try this. Find a quiet space. Take a deep breath and ask yourself what you're still holding on to. Is it guilt? A failure? Someone else's expectations? Picture it in your mind, and then, on the exhale, release it, even if it's just for a moment. This kind of presence isn't a luxury. It's a practice. Just like brushing your teeth or checking your emails, you build it into your day. A 2-minute pause between meetings, a walk without your phone, a breath before you respond in a tough conversation. Each of these is a doorway into freedom. And here's the powerful part. Freedom is a choice. At any moment, you can decide to step away from old narratives and open a new one. Think of it like standing between two doors, one that says stay and one that says go. Stay stuck in old patterns or go forward into something lighter and more aligned with who you are becoming. Freedom doesn't mean your problems vanish. It means they no longer define you. It's the shift from carrying weight to moving with lightness. And you'll know you stepped into it when your shoulders drop, your breath deepens, and your mind stops racing. So don't wait for the perfect moment. Claim your freedom now. Live from it. Speak from it. Walk through your day knowing it's yours. In this Blink to How to Be Free by Shaka Senghor, you've learned that real love requires clear boundaries and begins with self-respect. Joy comes from living with purpose, not chasing fleeting moments of fun. Fear loses its power when you name it, face it, and choose action anyway. Progress comes from persistence, showing up daily with discipline, not perfection. Freedom is available in the present moment and begins when you stop waiting for permission and start choosing a life aligned with your values. Okay, that's it for this Blink. We hope you enjoyed it. If you can, please take the time to leave us a rating. We always appreciate your feedback. See you in the next Blink.